The lyrics for this particular song that chosen was 98% Eddie's lyrics, actually. So, I just had some input with, change some lines here and there, some words to fit, and a little bit of work in the chorus. But for the most part, these lyrics are Ed, so it's best to let him explain to you what the song's about, I think.
Alrighty. When I got handed this monster of a song, I was asked by Dave if I'd be interested in writing the vocal parts as well as the lyrics, along with the keys, of course. We kind of went back and forth a little bit with regards to what the song should be about, and I think we ultimately decided to base the song around some artwork that I had developed in the past. Now, this piece of artwork was put together a while ago, and it was going to be used for what was going to be the new Mechanical Organic album a few years back. That didn't eventuate for lots of different reasons, so Dave suggested we use it for this track. Out of all the cover art for all the Runes of Autumn songs we've released this year, this one really stands out to me as one of the best, in my opinion. I absolutely love the way that it turned out, and I'm really happy that it ultimately got used, because it was kind of on the scrap heap for a while there. I don't think anything we create ever really gets sort of discarded by any means, but it was good to see the piece being recycled and given a new lease of life. So conceptually, this song is about the possibility of human DNA being manipulated or altered by a more advanced alien civilization that visited Earth periodically in the distant past. So it's quite heavy subject matter, and we go pretty deep on this one. Whether you choose to believe in this concept or idea, well, that's up to you. We find this type of thing fascinating, and I personally love thinking about the possibility, but I don't know for certain whether there's any real truth to this type of thing, but it's definitely fun to think about. There is a bunch of evidence to support this claim, but I guess, it's up to the individual to make up your own mind.
The song was predominantly written by Joe. Initially, Joe and I had an idea for this song. We wanted to sort of not directly rip it off or anything, but we really wanted to go with this Sabbath vibe. Actually, it's kind of based on the song Hand of Doom off the Paranoid album. We just wanted to do a song sort of along those lines, similar with that type of feel. Like I said, in no way try and rip it off or anything, but just that kind of vibe. And Joe wrote all the riffs and stuff on it, and that's basically how it came about.
As always, I started with the keys and worked my way through all of those, but this time I was asked if I would be interested in writing the vocal melodies and lyrics as well. So once I'd made my way through the keyboard parts, I began working on the vocals. Now, the vocal ideas I handed to Dave were embarrassingly bad, to say the least. In the end, I think the ideas were reasonable, but the performance and delivery were laughable. I was very self-conscious of them. My actual studio setup has changed over time, so I'm not really set up to do vocal recording anymore. I used to have a dedicated music room that was kind of separated from the main part of the house, and I did all my vocal recording there. That studio has now been converted into an Airbnb, so I now have a much smaller and more compact and portable studio set up, which is much better for me now and more handy for me sort of at the moment. But it makes things a little more difficult, especially when it comes to recording vocals and things like that. I can't make heaps of noise anymore because I currently have my little recording setup in the house. So anyway, the vocal ideas I put down were in a kind of singing whisper, so it was a little embarrassing to hand those over to Dave. Anyway, so once I demoed the vocals and sent them over to Dave, he took those vocal ideas and turned them into gold. From those shitty demo ideas, somehow he could hear the potential, which is not always easy. So full credit to him, especially when it's a pile of shit like I sent him. But anyway, from memory, he did an amazing job with converting and adding to the existing ideas I came up with, and the end result is the song you hear today. So yeah, the keys came together really well. No real drama there. Vocal ideas and lyrics flowed really well and came together well also. And then Dave interpreted them and just crushed it. It's a long song, but I think it works really well. The song flows from one part to another and everything sounds like it belongs. The mix is amazing as always. The vocals are an absolute standout for me, and I think Joe's work on guitar is a standout also. Just an epic song where everyone shines. Very happy all round.
Yeah, I'd say this song met my expectations. It's a pretty big song to do, but look, I think it turned out really, really well, and I'm happy with it for sure.
The song actually exceeded my expectations in a number of ways. From a vocal perspective, I'm really pleased with how everything turned out, especially when you consider how bad the demo vocals were. I think Dave did an amazing job interpreting the shitty vocals I gave him, and I was absolutely blown away by what he did with them. I think the middle section where the song changes is fucking amazing. I love that part so much, especially musically and vocally, of course. In fact, I'm really happy with the entire track. It's the longest one that we've put out under the Runes of Autumn name, and it's probably one of the more complex as well. It has lots of twists and turns and really paints a pretty solid conceptual picture. The vocals and the dialogue work so well together, and the musical structure kind of supports and holds the whole thing together. Very cool song. I think everyone involved did an amazing job on this one, and I'm really happy to have been involved with it. It was a lot of fun being creative on a number of different levels, and I'm wrapped it turned out the way it did. Alrighty then, so that's it for the year. This year just went by so quickly. Releasing music this way certainly keeps you on your toes, but it also just makes time fly so quickly. Before you know it, another month has flown by and you've got to release another track. But it's been really exciting working in this way, and I can't wait to start releasing new music next year. We've already begun writing new material, so we got lots to look forward to. Thanks for tuning in once again. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to give The Chosen a listen if you have a spare 10 or so minutes. It's a long song, but it's worth the effort. You can find all the appropriate links in our Linktree link in the description below. Thank you to everyone who has supported us over the course of the year. You guys have been amazing, and we appreciate every one of you so much. As I said, we'll be back with new music next year. It's going to be really interesting to see how the new material turns out. We may upgrade our release schedule somewhat. We really need to branch out, try and reach more listeners, try and bring in some new fans. So we'll be changing things up quite a bit when we return. As I said, I hope you enjoy the video and the journey so far, and we'll catch you again next year with a whole new set of songs and music. Have a good Christmas period, enjoy yourselves and have a good time, and we'll catch you again next year. Thanks again everyone, until then.